Whew. Okay. The New York City apartment hunt has been treacherous. Once again, this is not about money. I have beyond enough money to afford an apartment at this point in my life, which I'm proud of myself. What I don't get is the really shitty landlords and brokers and real estate agents in America today. It is not easy trying to find an apartment. Sorry, I had to yawn. An apartment in a city where you have a well-paid job, but what they want is like a white family to move in. It's really unfortunate. And what I mean by that is like all of this stuff with 40 times the rent, a credit score, this and that. There's already enough that is put onto black people so that we don't have these things. We don't have a family yet. We don't have a good credit score. Not saying I don't. I'm just saying like there's so many things in society that put us down when it comes to trying to get these things to get an apartment, especially right now. Like the Department of Education is crap. Our administration is crap. Like this country is going down in the shits, and finding housing is crazy. Like it is not easy. Once again, I'm at the point where the money ain't even the issue. Like that's what actually makes me so frustrated. I'm like, wow, I have so much money to afford an apartment right now. But the brokers and the landlords are pieces of crap. They're evil people. It's like, why can't someone, just take the money, rent month to month, and just call it a day? But a lot of people at this point, the way the housing market is, they just have to break even. And that is terrible to them because they don't want to give someone a home. That is not the goal. Their goal is to make millions off of people who don't even make millions, if that makes sense. I started doing research into the housing market and I started looking at how co-ops work actually. And when it comes to a co-op, people they take out mortgages to buy a co-op and then they end up having to terminate it because nobody is able to move in. Because you have to do your research. When you're looking for an apartment, you have to look at the people, like the previous owners. You have to look at the previous landlords. You have to look at all the previous people because what they're really doing is subletting it on another level when it comes to a co-op. Um, it's subletting it with a little bit more, I would say, making it look like you are a real landlord when you're just subletting your own apartment at the end of the day. Um, so I was looking into that and I was like, looking up all these codes and stuff like that for buildings and these contracts. And I was looking up it and it was like I saw how a lot of people take out mortgages to buy properties and they end up having to terminate it. And that says a lot too if you're trying to look, for housing there. It's like, why am I trying to look for housing where the landlord, can't even pay for this to begin with? You know what I mean? You, the landlord, cannot look for this. Sorry, you, the landlord, cannot pay for this to begin with, and it makes me looking for an apartment very difficult. A lot of people know people to, uh, I would say get an apartment, but I don't want to do it through sketchy ways. Hello, everyone. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the chat. Please be respectful. Um, if you're from New York, say what's up. If you have an apartment, say what's up. Let me know how you got yours. Um, it's just kind of crazy to me, I will say. It is pretty crazy to see what it has become, and it's become so stressful. Like I get so stressed off. I get so stressed out when I see um YouTubers talking about how I lost my job and this and that, and then they have a whole apartment, and I'm like, I literally have the best job ever. Like, and that is my problem, and I don't have an apartment yet. So what the heck? I'm not doing Craigslist, no ma'am. Um, sorry, I'm just trying to read the comments. Definitely not doing Craigslist. No, ma'am, that is dangerous. Dangerous. We have 7 people in the chat. Please like and share. Thank you. But if you have an apartment, what have you gone through? What have you experienced? Because, child, this is ridiculous. When I got my apartment, I would say 3 years ago, it wasn't this difficult. It really wasn't. When I tell you, if you live in Ohio, Atlanta, when you live in Missouri, when you live in any other place, getting an apartment is a piece of cake. Even Chicago, a piece of cake, okay? A piece of cake. And then it's like you come to New York and you're like, what is wrong with these landlords? What is wrong with these brokers? Like, what is going on with y'all? Bugging out. It's like they don't want anyone to live there, you know? But I have been doing my due diligence in looking at these places, even places where they say no broker fee. Be careful because not saying it should be a broker's fee. I'm just saying like be careful because what place doesn't want a broker's fee? What broker doesn't want to get paid? Come on now. What broker doesn't want to get paid? Why they gonna put that? Why is a broker gonna put that on there? Something about it just ain't right. You gotta really look at these apartments and these listings and be like, this shit is sketchy. You know what I mean? You gotta really look at it and be like, this shit mad sketchy. Did you see they say no broker fee? That means this person don't want to get paid. Not saying I want to pay a broker's fee. I think broker's fees are BS, but it's like when it comes to landlords, they don't want to hire anyone to do anything correctly. So therefore, they're doing things incorrectly, and they will hire bad people because bad people are cheap. It's a mess. It is a mess when it comes to finding housing in New York City. And I just wanted to say, don't give up. Keep going. You will find something. But I know what it feels like because I'm going through it right now. It makes me say, dang, I wish I never left my apartment. But at the same time, my apartment was so far away from my job that it did not make sense to keep it. It didn't. And taking on a new career was something that I decided to do. But with doing that, it was like, dang, like looking for an apartment is going to be so hard. Mm. Anyways, I just wanted to let y'all know, keep pushing, keep doing your thing, keep, finding places, keep doing your vetting. Don't give up on your vetting just because you're getting desperate for a place. I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like. Do not give up on your vetting. Have a good night, y'all. Just a little thought I wanted to say.